Hello guys, welcome back. So we had a lovely Thanksgiving actually. I was saying prayers to all and sundry going up like just let us get along, just let us get along, just let us get along. We got along fine. And I said that because these are the people that they can either they're running extremely hot to the point where they can't give you enough food and everything, or they're running cold, or it can be a weird mix of the two. And I'm always very careful in social situations because a lot of times people will make a joke or something and I won't get it, or, I try to be cautious and go slow, but it went pretty good overall. I think she got tired a little quickly, but I was there for 2 hours and that seems to be their limit, which is, that's fine. I would honestly ate and ran if it would have made him happy, but I didn't want to be a rude guest. Anyhow, we go up there, we bring some leftovers home. And I come home and I'm out my porch and I'm smelling rose tobacco really strongly. I'm like, okay. There's three possible solutions because Odin set me down and he's like, okay, let's talk about this. You've been smelling this off and on. I said, one of the neighbors, okay, that sounded weird, a win for me is a smoker now. Smokes a really good rose tobacco. This seems highly unlikely, but could be happening. Two, there's something in the environment that smells like rose tobacco and I'm interpreting it. I smelled it outside, but I've been smelling it really heavily inside the house, like I have opened a smoke shop inside the house. Three, there's something medically wrong with me and I'm smelling rose tobacco, it's not there. And we kept going down the list of all the things it could be. And Odin's just looking at me. I said, please tell me you took up a pipe or a cigar, because I said, this is making me think of something else. I said, I thought last night we made it clear that to be ethical and to have proper integrity, we had agreed I had tried for over a decade on a certain path. I said, I just never felt morally comfortable. I didn't think it's not a wrong path, it's a beautiful path, but I didn't think I had any business being there. I said, I think you can feel called to a path and it can still be a mistake and you can still feel upset and not feel you belong there. You know what I mean? It's like you can feel called to God but not be happy in church, so forth and so on. You don't have to become a heathen, become a high priest or whatever the term would be. It's just, well, I know. And, officiate just because you're called to Odin, It's one of those things. So I don't know what it's coming from. And I said, well, either it's something in me that makes me smell weird smells or it's an outside force. It's something that got trapped in the house, like they say scents can get trapped in wood or something. But I said, I shouldn't be smelling it so strongly outside. I said, maybe one of the neighbors took up smoking. I said, I don't know. I said, I just do know that, I can't feel morally right. Like I have any kind of moral right to do those sort of things. And I'm not being intentionally vague. It's just, Odin and I had talked about it, and I said, I just feel more comfortable with you and Loki. I feel safer with you because nobody was following me around for X amount of years and saying you're going to kill me or you're going to eat me, or nobody was, stalking me on your behalf. I've met a lot of weirdos that serve Loki and Odin, but I said I've never met the level of, straight up hostile I did on that path. And I say it's nothing to do with the path, but I said it's just that is bad. And I said then when I found out the well was a heavily poisoned, I found out how crazy the person that wrote the books and articles were. I said that's a no-go for me. I said for all I know, you and Loki were cosplaying. I said because it's pretty mysterious how people do rebound out of that and end up with the Norse gods. And I said, well, what are you gonna do? But we had a beautiful day so far, so I'm trying to figure out where this rose tobacco is coming from. Is it just as simple as a neighbor has taken up smoking, which is weird? But, and I'm just saying weird because I don't seem the type, but, you can't always tell. And, it could be something trapped in the house from decades ago. I don't know, but it smells like really premium tobacco. Sometimes it's just plain tobacco, sometimes it's rose tobacco. I don't think it would be a vaping pen or anything, guys, because this smells like really super strong. Like it's in everything, like everything's saturated with it. Not to the point of making you sick, but it's very prevalent. So it's one of those off again, on again things. I don't know. Maybe it's my allergies and I'm just smelling something that isn't there. Maybe it's a mental glitch or it's a ghost. I don't know. It's like a ghost of a tobacco seller. I don't know. It was funny because I was watching stuff today and they were saying about, find out who the First Nations tribes of your area were. And I'm like, well, I know all First Nations tribes probably have some form of tobacco ceremony or flower ceremony or, something like that. And I have done research on the tribes in the area, but there's almost people will either say we know nothing of them or they'll say here's their complete history and you don't know which to believe. So it's strange, but we really enjoyed ourselves. The only thing I didn't enjoy is we made this long leisurely walk for you, and we were talking about balancing Thanksgiving and learning the truth about Thanksgiving and learning how, it's not the simple story we were sold as children, and some children are still sold. Balancing the truth with that simple story that's a lot nicer to believe because the truth is pretty ugly. And I said, it's kind of hard. People are already stressed out enough. A lot of people don't want to spend this time with their family. And then you're going, oh, by the way, that beautiful tradition you love of morally upright, good people arriving here over 400 years ago and just being awesome. Not true. you know, it's a bit much, and I think maybe that could be a thing too. I don't know. Maybe that's why the neighbors took up smoking. I have no idea. But it's one of those things. It could just be something random. Maybe somebody does smoke, but it's just usually I can get like olfactory signs if it's like somebody trying to communicate sometimes, and one will smell like roses and one will smell like lilies and one will smell like this. And I'm going around my whole house seeing, do I have, because I know I don't have any tobacco and I don't have any rose tobacco or anything like that. And I think all the dried roses are gone. So I'm like, where's this coming from? I'm like, well, maybe like one of my creams smells like roses, but I can't track the idea of tobacco down. So I don't know. It's just bothering me. I like to figure things out, and I was kind of worried it might have something to do with the path, but I was like, well, I think it would be just as improper for me to be on that path as it would be for me to decide the best way to honor the First Nations is to take up where they left off, and we have no idea what they did in this area. Again, conflicting evidence. There are the people that say their culture was entirely wiped out, and there are people that say, no, here's their entire culture. I wrote it down for you. And when there are two so conflicting stories, I tend to try to go in the middle or not do anything at all. And it's like, I don't know. It's just political climate we have. Because as I was thinking the other day, I'm like, we're down to, please don't take us the right way, we're down to like Athena, Angerboda, a few more Greek or Norse gods. I'm like, this is not the political climate to start talking about Coyote and or, Michi as an ending through South America. Um, or Ketsi has an ending from, or anyone from Japan or anywhere else. It's just not the climate to be doing that, and people are going to start screaming cultural appropriation at you, and they're going to start screaming other stuff, and I think it makes a difference. Like if you live in New Orleans and it's just part of your culture in the first place, I think that makes a hell of a lot of difference than if you live up north and people are like, how the hell did you even get into this? And you're like, I don't rightly know. I really can't remember. I don't know. It's just like it seemed like somebody started showing up and showing up and showing up. And I don't know where the hell this came from. I'm like, well, I was under a lot of stress because I thought everything from, since I found out those books were so poisoned, so wrong. I thought everything from it could be because my father was undergoing cancer treatment. It could have just been one of those things where, as we were going in and out of hospital environments, I bumped shoulders with someone. Or they saw an opportunity and they came in, or, I could have made up a tulpa for all I know, and, that could have been my little comfort blanket. It would explain why they acted completely the way I thought they acted, and everybody I met was like, that don't sound right. So, what are you gonna do? So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.